Hello, fellow teachers. So today I am here to give you just a very quick walkthrough in my script in TV-based instruction. That's for Filipino 3. Okay, so it is going to be not really that simple. I know TV-based instruction is quite a tough job, but you will get through it, and I think that you will be getting used to it. Okay, now I will just be giving you some tips that you have to take note of when you are doing the TV-based instruction. Okay, and what are these? So let's find out. So there are three kinds of things that you have to consider when you belong as or when you are the script writer and as well as the talent for TV-based instruction. So you need to produce three. It's narrative script. The first one is narrative script. So this is the kind of script that will serve as your guide and as well as the guide of the video editor. Okay, but then mostly this is the part in which how do you say, you will have the things that you will be saying in front of the camera. So that's it. Now we also have the second one, which is the production script. The production script is actually how do you say, it has it's like a table, okay, which contains the audio part and the video part of how do you say, the whole TV product. Okay, and we have the third one, which is the storyboard. So the storyboard is the heart of television-based instruction. So this is the guide for the editor to be able to visualize how you want your output to look like. Okay, so that's how it is. That's how it goes. So those three. And my tip as a fellow talent, but I'm not really that good when it comes to producing one because I'm not good at editing. But as a tip, I want to tell you that when you are writing a script, you have to follow the module, okay? And you shouldn't add anything more to avoid confusion to the kids. That's one thing that you have to understand. And the thing is, you have to mention the pages where you are at, so that they can follow through when you are discussing. Okay. And what else? Do not include everything. Only include the activities that you think are necessary for the discussion. Okay? It's definitely just like delivering the lessons. However, you have to deliver it in 20 to 30 minutes. Okay? You shouldn't exceed more. Or you shouldn't exceed to that number of minutes. Okay? So you have to intact all the information that the students need in that duration. Okay, so you have to be as friendly as possible. You have to make them like you. Okay, and you have to also make them love your lessons, so that because they are learning at home, and because of this pandemic, kids are also experiencing how do you say, some stressful events in their lives, especially that they are used to going outside. So we have to consider their feelings as well. Okay, so let's just think that how do you say, we have to comfort them in this trying times. Okay, and because of that, we have to be as friendly as we can and as understandable as we can, so that they can still have the quality of education in their houses. Okay, that's it. So here is the script. I'm going to show it to you right now. And it's just pretty simple. And if you have some suggestions, I'm very much open to criticisms. You can just tell me if there is something that I have forgotten. And yeah, and just a disclaimer, I am not the one who wrote the module. I'm not the writer of the module, nor am I an editor. I am just a talent. But then because of the lack of manpower, I get to do editing, and I really am not good. I'm totally not good with it. Okay, so yep, and I want to give credits to the writers of the module, because you see, writing the module is really difficult. I do understand the how to say, I do understand the struggle, the struggle of writing a module. And yeah, credits to those who are writers, and salute to you co-teachers who are module writers. I feel you. Okay, now check this simple script that I have prepared. So this is a sample of a narrative script. Another disclaimer, I am not good at video editing, so please do not assume that the script writer should be good. Actually, that's how it's supposed to be. However, we don't have the proper training, and aside from that one, not everyone is really good at editing. So please forgive me if this is the quality of my video. As for now, I am just using a webcam, and this is just to share to you um, simple ideas and tips on how you can finish or how you can produce your own scripts for TBI, as I know that this is very much relevant in the new normal. Okay, so here's the script that I made. Actually, it's in Filipino. Okay, it's in Filipino. Okay, here's the thing. So what we just did, actually there is no specific format for it, but here I wrote the subject. Of course, it's Filipino, and the grade level as well as a quarter, and then you'll have to write the title. Okay, so the title, you have to come up with your own title. Okay, but not necessarily mean that you yourself have to. It might be that you have a team that can come up with a title, and that's what you're going to be using for the entire school year. Okay, or for the entire duration of your taping for Filipino 3. That's it. Okay, but we have various concepts. It depends upon you as a teacher. Now, and also you need to write down the topic. So the topic here is paggamit ng naunang kaalaman o karanasan sa paggawa ng napakigat teksto. Okay, so that's the topic. So it's how do you say? It's everything is actually found in the module. Okay, and then treatment is narrative tutorial, and you need to write down your name. Okay, so I'm Michelle Diodora. I'm from Region 11, so specifically Tagum City at Mabuco Pilot Central Elementary School. Okay, so here, for the instructional objectives, you need to write it down here in caps lock, or it depends upon you actually. You can write it down in not a caps lock way, but you know what? This narrative script will really help your, how to say, your editor out, because I do know that it's really tough to write a script, and it really takes a lot of time. Aside from that, conceptualizing it, and communicating it with the editor is quite tough. So you have to be very much detailed when it comes to writing your own script. Okay, if you're not the editor. Okay, but in my case, in some of my videos, I do not write scripts anymore. It's because I don't have an editor. Like it's a disclaimer again. I am not good in editing. I am very poor actually in editing, and I'm just using Zoom right now. Because if you can see, the qualities of my videos aren't that really good. So yeah, well, I hope you forgive me for that. So, but here it is for now. And we have the first part, which is the OBB. OBB is what we call. I'm just going to write that down. OBB is what we call opening billboard. Okay, so opening billboard is the ones that you can see at the very beginning of how do you say, of your show. So opening billboard. Okay, that's the opening billboard, OBB. Okay, that's what it means. Okay, now here we have these commands. These commands are the ones that will guide the editor to what he should do, or how he should be editing the video. Sorry, I'm just moving the camera because of location. I'm just here and I'm quite far away. Okay, here. So, for example, here, fade in full shot of teacher after the OBB. The effect of the teacher coming in is fade in. Okay, that's the effect. Of course, we do know that, and you can even find that in that kind of effect in PowerPoint presentations. So that's how it looks like, fade in. Okay, fade in full shot of the teacher, full shot meaning from head to toe. Okay, and positioned at the center of the screen. So that's it. So yeah, the commands should be in bold, and as well as it has to be underlined. Why? Because this is to highlight what you want the editor to do with the video that you with the how do you say TV based instruction that you want to create. And when you say overlay, it's another kind of effect. Like let's say for example you want something to pop up. Let's say for example, hi, my name is Teacher Michelle, and let's say I want my name to pop up in here in this part. So that's an overlay. Okay, so it can be texts or pictures. So here for example the overlay here, I'm sorry, is Teacher Michelle. So that's what I wrote. Okay, so that means while I am talking, my name here will how do you say appear. Okay, let me try to deliver the first one. Gusto mo bang matuto habang nagsasaya? Tara na't makinig at matuto sa mga aral at kwento na ihahatid ko sa inyo. Ako nga pala si Teacher Michelle, ang inyong guro sa Filipino. Basta batang Pilipino, siguradong matalino at listo. Okay, I switched them, I'm sorry. Siguradong listo at matalino. Okay, so that's how you deliver it. Okay, you have to be as bibo as you can. Okay, because we are catering to kids. For high school, I think that it's okay not to be very much jolly, but you have to be friendly and lively. Okay, so here, and of course the teacher's part, that's that's the lines, or those are the lines that you will be delivering. Okay, all right, here. Well, we just put here music up and under because it's supposed to be the specific kind of music, but in my case, I'm not very much familiar with editing, so I did not write what specific music it will be. I just wrote music up and under, and I will just be letting the editor to tell me, how do I say, I will just be letting the editor to make use of any available music which he finds suitable for my video. Okay, but again, in my case, I don't have an editor. Okay, so yeah, I do everything. Now here, okay, now if you can see, there is also another one, overlay board with text. So like while I'm talking, oh, there should be an additional here, but while I'm talking, there should be a board on the side, and then these texts like this. May dalawang uri ng pangalan. So in the board like this, so this part here will appear, dalawang uri ng pangalan. Okay, so it will appear in this part of the text. I will just highlight that, this part of the board. Okay, so that's where you can find the ones that I am saying here. Okay, so that's for the overlay. Okay, and then the overlay should fade out after that because another overlay will begin. So as a reminder, you have to start with your, how do I say, your objectives. It is very important to introduce your objectives to the kids because that's what you will be learning. Okay, and they have to know what they need to learn. Okay, and always remind them right before you start to grab their modules and pens and notebooks, because your TV based instruction is definitely an interactive lesson. Okay, it's interactive. When you say interactive, like they are watching you and at the same time they're focusing on their module and taking down notes or answering directly, because you will also be giving them answers. Okay, you will also be giving them part of how do you say, some part specifically near the discussion in which you have to answer. Okay, you'll have to give them answers, and in the discussion part, somehow you need to enlighten them as to what they really need to learn and guide them through the activities. And please don't forget to mention the page numbers. Okay, for example, here I'm going to give you this part. Dumako tayo sa pahina. Can you please go to number 5? Okay, dumako tayo sa pahina 3 or pahina 3. Nasa pahina 3 na ba kayo? That's what it means. You have to mention the page so that they can follow you while you are discussing on TV. Okay? So it's actually just like discussing on the radio. The main difference is that With the TV, you don't need to have a lot of repetitions, not unless you want to emphasize something. With the radio, repetition is very much important. It is because the learners cannot see you, and most learners are visual learners. Okay, or audio visual learners, should I say? Okay, that's just it. And another, cut to means another scene. Okay, meaning it's a second scene. Okay, another scenario. Okay, so cut to balikan, meaning in the part of the module there's what we call the balikan or the review. Okay, so that means the second scene will be the review, and cut to medium shot of the teacher. So that means not so big. For example, this is actually not medium. I think medium is something like half body. Cut to medium shot of the teacher. However, let me tell you that this is not the exact way that you should follow. Okay, you this is not the exact effect that you should follow. It definitely depends upon you. You can be at the side of the screen, because they mentioned about that, what you call rule of thirds, which I really am not familiar with, especially that I'm not into editing. But there are some lines here and here and here and here, in wherein you have to place yourself in those spots. Okay, yeah. So cut to medium shot of the teacher. So like this is the screen, the teacher must be here. Okay, it's something like that. And overlay, that means you'll have to add another icon, which is the timer, 20 seconds. Okay, why 20 seconds? It's kind of long. It's because kids are kind of slow when it comes to answering. Okay, and 20 seconds actually is not really that long when you try to count it. Okay, and here overlay, make correct answers bold. So I'm just running you through the various effects that the various things that you'll have to make use of, specifically when writing the scripts, because again, the script is very much important, not just for you but for the editor as well. Okay, because if you're not the editor of your video, it won't really take time for the editor to understand or to comprehend, or perhaps to create a layout of how you can, how do you say, it will take a lot of time for the editor to visualize as to how your video will look like. Whereas when you have the concept already in your mind and you just put it into text like this and use these commands like cut to, overlay, a medium shot of the teacher, this will give the editor an idea on how to create it, and as well as it will help the editor to lessen the time or maximize the time spent on editing, rather than maximizing the time on figuring out where to put which and what to put where. Something like that. Okay, so that's it. So those are just it. And yeah, well, the purpose of the numbers is for, for revision. Like, let's say for example, you have an editor, you have a, what do you call that, a content editor. So the content editor will just say, okay, let us go to page number 2. Can you please take a look at number 6? Number 6, you have to revise that because there is something wrong with it. So that's it. That's the purpose of the numbers, okay? Because in a TV-based instruction production team, there has to have like the illustrator, the video editor, the content editor, the script writer, the talent. They should be separate. However, because of the lack of manpower, most of the time it becomes like, a one-man job. So we have to understand that. And yeah, we're doing this for education. So I think that's just it. We have to really adhere to what we are in line to do. Okay? Well, I hope that you have understand what I have mentioned earlier. And then for here, I'm just going to give you a run through this last part. It's not the last part actually, but VO means voiceover, cut to story GFX, meaning while this teacher is reading the story, so the teacher is not there. It's only a graphics. It's only an effect. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh dear, the dog's barking really loudly. Okay, and that's just it. Okay, well, I hope you learned something from me today. I'm just going to give you a run through. Yeah, that's it. And overlay board, page 5, you have to write down the pages. Okay, so that it's clear and understandable for the editor. Okay, because you also have to take consideration that actually, to be honest, editing is way harder. Editing is the hardest, and I really salute editors because it's really the part of the TV-based instruction that is very tenacious. Okay, and it really requires a lot of time. You really have to put in a lot of efforts. So yeah, and that's it for today. Well, I hope I have given you some tips. Again, that's for my tip for the talent. You should smile a lot, be jolly, be friendly, and of course, it's just like in the classroom, you have to make the kids listen to you. Yeah, and they have to like you. You have to make them like you so that they will watch you and listen to you while you're having a show. Okay, because it's just like a 20 to 30-minute broadcast, and it's not enough to complete in the whole module. And um, you need to it's just like how you do the lesson in the classroom. You have to do the drill, and then all the other stuff in the part of the lesson plan, but you don't need to include all the activities in the module. Okay, you just have to include the ones where you can get to see the example discussion and a short quiz, something like that. You don't need to include everything, just as long as it fills in everything that the students has to learn within that particular day. That can cover for the entire week of learning for him. Okay, well, that's just it for today. Thank you very much. And if you have questions, just let me know. And if you have suggestions, or if there are some things that I have not mentioned or have forgotten, please tell me about it. And I really am very much open to criticisms. Okay, just write them down in the comment section below. And please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. It's Mitch Basics. So I do educational contents. So see you on my next video. Have a great day. Bye bye.